This is Pat Walker at Mission Winners. I'm making a training and coaching video for everybody. Things are volatile right now, and our concern should go far beyond the stock market, and I'm sure for many of you it does. And we can sit there and take this opportunity and just get all worked up and say, oh man, this is awful, da, 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 da. Or we can be proactive and do things that will improve our situation. I'll just go off on a little segue here and share this with you, or a tangent. I encourage you, and I'm sure you all know this, do keep your distance from other people. Wash your hands. Something so simple as this. When you look at your cell phone, whatever you do, probably best to wash your hands afterwards if you can. And also, please don't look at your cell phone and rub your eyes. That's a pathway for stuff to get inside your body. And I'm not trying to preach here, just trying to share some things with you. I've had some big scares in my life when I was younger. Big scares. I've been operated on for something before, all right? And so I can understand the fear, and I'm not trying to minimize it, but just want to put things in perspective, all right? So we're taking a look, and I will tell you this. You can say, oh, Pat, it's no big deal. No, what I was operated on, if it had been wrong, I'd be dead. So it was related to potential cancer. So I was 17 years old, so I know what it's like to be scared. Anyway, we're taking a look at some foundations that will help you. That's my goal, is to help. Here's the spiders. This is just a good broad measurement of the market. The trend is down. It's below the 8-day, it's below the 20-day, it's below the 50-day, it's below the 200-day. Someday it will bounce. When? We don't know. We don't need to forecast. Price and volume action will tell you. It will tell you. So here's the spiders. But we're going to stop there and lay out some foundations that can help you. This is research from Bill O'Neill and Company, and I've enlarged it. I'll drag that right into the window, right there. Here you go. 40 Great Stock Market Winners. Tremendous publication. Tremendous. But what's the important part? These were stocks that made monster moves. And folks, I'm going to be very honest. There's nothing new under the sun, okay? History repeats itself. Chart patterns repeat themselves. Do you know why? Think about this. Chart patterns movement is simply a reflection of people's emotions. Fear, greed, panic, complacency. And charts don't change. They're the same patterns as they were now as they were 100 years ago. I can tell you that. I've looked at them. No, I wasn't there for it, but I've looked at them. And why can I say that unequivocally? You know why? Because human emotions haven't changed. Ever. So here's some facts for you. 40 Great Stock Market Winners, 87% of them had earnings of 30% or higher before they made their move. 87%. Folks, those are good odds. You can go to the casino with 87% odds and do okay. 71% had earnings up 50% or higher before their move. You can go to the casino with those kinds of odds. There's your edge. There's your edge. Right down here. 86% had great sales, 30% or higher. Look at that. 63% had sales up 50% or higher. Now you've developed an edge. Instead of getting all worked up and saying, oh, this is the end of the world, why don't we at this time work on refining our skill set? This is also important. All of them had positive earnings estimates. 48% average estimates. Now you have an edge that you can utilize in finding stocks. Here's point one. Let's continue onwards. Point two, right here. This area here says it all. The majority of leading stocks come from leading groups. All right? 37% of a stock's movements related to the industry group. So why don't you stack the deck in your favor and look at the stocks, the good stocks in leading groups? It's that simple. Take it a step further. The sector, all righty? We focus on leading groups, leading sectors, and the strongest stocks in those groups using the data that I just showed you. I'll take it a step further for you. Up close, I'm showing this, I blew this up for you. 87% of these stocks that made big moves. I'm not talking, oh, they went up 20%. No, big sustained moves. 87% of them had earnings of 30% or higher before their move. 71% had earnings of 50% or higher. Just average these numbers. What am I saying? Approximately 80% of these stocks that made monster moves had earnings up, on average, 40% or higher before they started to go. Which is exactly why I have some specific screens that I've developed through the years with either 40% earnings and or 40% average sales for 2 quarters. No low price stocks. It works. It works really, really well. Take that right there. Now I'm going to show you one last post that will help you. These are stocks from the 2007 follow-through day. We basically owned almost every one of these stocks on this list. Biggest winner I've ever had, Dry Ships. Dry Ships. Great moves here in these stocks. Great moves. From the 2007 follow-through day. September, do you want to do yourself a favor? Take the initiative on this weekend or during the week because, you're probably not going to do a lot of things, right, in the market. Good time to do some homework, to do some research, to get better. Go in there, pull up these charts from the September follow-through day, September of 2007. Here's the list. You can pause the video if you want, take a screenshot of it, whatever you want to do. Write them down. Look at them. Now, full disclosure, some of these companies are gone. They don't no longer exist, okay? Got to tell you that. They're gone. Like Research in Motion's a different company. It's gone. But, by the way, Dry Ships was huge. Just go in and take a look at some of these from the September. But most importantly, look at the numbers. They work. They work. Now you've developed an edge. You know what to look for as far as earnings and or sales in leading groups. No low price stocks. None. Stay away from them. They're low price for a reason. No trading. No day trading. No 5-minute charts. No in and out action. Let a good trend work for you and you'll do much better. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I realize there's a lot of angst, anxiety at this point in time, and it's justifiable. The last thing I'll say to you is this. Let's be compassionate to one another. And I'm not trying to preach here. There's a great quote. We're all in the same boat in a stormy, stormy sea, and we owe each other a terrible loyalty. We got to be there for each other. And part of being there for each other, at times, may be respecting someone else's space. So, remember that. Remember that. We've got to be kind to each other. You know why I say it? Because, folks, I'm going to be brutally blunt. We ain't going anywhere else. This is it. We're not going to Mars here. This is all. So we might as well work together, try to improve ourselves, try to improve each other, just make things better. Anyway, not trying to preach there, but just a bigger picture view for all of us. Hope you're all having a good weekend, a safe weekend, and a healthy weekend, and a healthy week and upcoming months ahead. And last thing I'll say, please be careful. Please be careful and take care of yourselves. Take care of those around you. Thank you.